Thank you guys for tuning in to AirtimeSports Podcast. This is episode number 3. I'm your host, Jacob Phillips.
And I'm your host, Blake Henry.
Now, as you guys probably know, over these past few days, it's been a tragic time in the NBA world and just the world in general. Kobe Bryant passed away. He was caught in a helicopter crash containing his 13-year-old daughter as well as others. I know you have a list of those names.
Yeah. So, John, their last names are kind of hard, but John, Carrie, Alyssa, Sarah, Peyton, Aura, Christina, Kobe Bryant, and Gigi.
Just wanted to say rest in peace to all of them, and our prayers go out to their families and everything like that. So we just decided that we figured this episode we would just make an episode completely about Kobe Bryant and his legacy and everything that he did. So we're just going to start off talking about him. As you guys probably know, some of his credentials. He's an 18-time All-Star. He is a 5-time champion. He three-peated from 2000 to 2002, and he also won the 2009 championship and the 2010 championship. And his career average was 25 points a game. And that just sounds good as it is, but there's so much more to Kobe than just his basketball career.
Definitely, man. He wanted to be. I've seen this on a lot of TV shows. He wanted to be a lot more off the court and wanted to do a lot. I know he got a Emmy
or Oscar for his little short. Yeah. The Dear Basketball.
That was great.
Mm-hmm. He was one of those players that was just, it was surprising. He looked like he was on track to do a lot. He was that guy that he was going to get old. He was always going to be in the basketball world. And it's kind of like our generation, I feel like, of, who would have been, Magic Johnson type, where he's, he could potentially own a team. You know, who knows what he would have done, but he always would have been involved in the NBA in some sort of way.
Yeah. And, I mean, everyone has, their generational great, I know y'all would probably say LeBron is our Michael Jordan of our generation, but we still were there with Kobe when he wasn't washed up when we were growing up. So he was still great. In 2009, he won a championship, like he said. We watched him have to fight through his Achilles injury.
Yep.
And I remember me staying up late to watch his final game when he dropped 60. I watched that over the Warriors game any day. So, I mean...
Against the Jazz.
Yeah.
Yep. It's one of those things, it's just we were just talking about this, and I was talking about it the day it happened. It's just I didn't want to believe it because it was early in the day, and TMZ was the only people to have released something, only source to have released something about it, and... it was just one of those things. It was how? It's this can't happen. It's Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. He revolutionized not even just basketball. I mean, he revolutionized basketball. I mean, as you've probably seen on Twitter, it's all the jokes about when you were younger and you were, shooting a piece of paper into a trash can. What's the thing you would shout? You would shout Kobe. And it's because of him. And I don't know the actual statistics on it, but I know he is obviously, in my opinion, the most clutch player in NBA history. There's no one I'd rather have take a final shot than Kobe Bryant.
Definitely.
So it's so sad that it happened. It happened so all of a sudden that it's just, as you can tell, we're still trying to comprehend it. We're still trying to make whatever out of it. It's kind of hard to find the words that people haven't already said. I like what's going on around. I mean, it's just constantly through social media, so it's kind of hard to take your mind off of it. But I do like that all the players and former players are having their little piece about it.
Yeah, I mean, I really I'm wondering what's going through LeBron's head. He hasn't said anything.
Mm-hmm.
I know we seen D Wade say something. I saw the interview with Carmelo. He explained that he couldn't even focus in the game. He was there.
Yeah, I know. Mike Breen, the commentator, was talking about how he's like it's just one of those days where I don't even want to commentate. He's all the players just don't want to play today, but it's just something that it's just so sad. And what I don't like is the people that are giving LeBron a bunch of hate commented on his post saying he's like a fake friend and all that for not making a post about it. It's just like, just let the guy, let him mourn.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see that, but I mean, LeBron, if you haven't seen the video of him getting off the plane and he's crying.
Yeah, I did see that.
Like, not everyone has to go to social media to, show their support or, say how they feel about someone. But, I mean, that doesn't mean they're not hurting.
Yeah. I don't really know how much more to touch on that. It's just so it's so hard to talk about, even just because he was such a role model and influence in people's lives. Even if you weren't a basketball fan, you knew who Kobe Bryant was, and his work ethic and his mental toughness and his mindset of always being the greatest. That's, I feel like, what made him so great. Yeah, he was a fantastic ball player. He was able to, win 5 championships, and it's just sad. It really is.
Yeah.
Taken way too soon.
You see, all these players that's, in the league now, they grew up watching him. So, Trae Young and all of these guys, he's, pushed them to be who they are and the people that we like watching and all of this stuff. So, I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah. I did see all the 24-second violations that took place in the 8-second for his numbers.
I know Trae Young wore number 8 yesterday, and he had a crazy stat for in tribute to Kobe.
Yeah, I think he took 24 shots exactly.
Him and Devin Booker both took 24.
Yeah, and then they had 81% from the field combined or something like that, which is, I mean, that's just God's work right there. There's no really other way you can explain that.
And he had 45, and Devin Booker had 36, and that obviously adds up to 81. So.
Yep. So. Very shocking, very shocking. This is probably going to be what's being talked about for the next couple of weeks for people to start continue to process. I still haven't even fully processed what's going on. This it's just tragic, and it's just as people are saying online and stuff, it's just another reason to just tell that person that you're having a problem with, or that y'all got off a phone call that ended badly or something like that. Just it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's just just tell them you love them, give them a hug. Tell them everything's okay, because you never know, something like this could happen, and it just happens that it happened to someone who was sort of, I would say, immortal in the public eye. I mean, it's Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean? It's when Michael Jackson died and something like that. It's just something crazy like that, where it's it's just the whole world was shocked. Everyone, I saw so many tweets. It's the whole world just froze, because I remember I was on Twitter while it was going on, and I just couldn't believe it. I just kept constantly. I was just refreshing the feed, just seeing. I was hoping that someone would come out as some sick joke. I mean, obviously that wouldn't have been good, but it would have been better than what actually happened. But
Yeah, man. I mean. And then it was so it was so much going on in LA yesterday
with LeBron.
LeBron, just getting in second place or whatever that
passing Kobe is the all-time scorer.
Yeah, and then
it's got to be hard on LeBron too, because the last thing that Kobe Bryant tweeted and put out into the public was a tweet to LeBron congratulating him for passing him in the all-time scoring.
Yeah. So
it's got to be hard on him, where, I mean, I'm sure they talked that night, but it's got to be hard where it's you never really think this is going to be the last conversation I'm going to have with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And his career that he was going to have outside of basketball was going to be just as good. Maybe, I don't know. I would say it was on track for being just as good as his NBA career, because just the stuff that he had set up, I don't know. I've just been watching a lot of stuff about it, obviously, because it just happened yesterday. At the time of recording this, happened yesterday, and people were just talking about the stuff that he did after, or the stuff that he was going to do after his NBA career. How he was starting up businesses and starting to help children and stuff, learn basketball and be better people, and just.
It's sad because I think they were going to basketball practice. He coaches. Mm-hmm. He coached Gigi's basketball team, and that's even worse because Gigi's 13 and like her teammates and
Mm-hmm.
their families.
And it just is so sad because, I mean, I'm sure all of his kids are great people and they're going to do great things, but I know specifically Gigi was supposed to be the one to, like, quote unquote, carry the torch.
Yeah,
She would
say
it. She would tell people.
There's a video of him talking about her on a talk show, and he's just saying how, like, people will come up to him and say, "Oh, you need to have a boy, Kobe, and needs someone to pass the torch," and she says, "Nah,
like, nope, that's me. I got it. I'll take care of it." Yep.
But I mean, seeing all these quotes, I like that he said in the past about, I saw one about how he says, he doesn't like him and like someone that's lazy, like they don't like understand. He doesn't want to understand like the person that's lazy because like he's not lazy. He inspires people to like just do more. Like,
and that's the thing about him. It's like I said earlier, you don't even have to watch basketball to know who Kobe Bryant was and to know his impact. I mean, the whole Mamba mentality. Yeah, it's a brand, that got him a lot of money, but it was more of like a movement, like he just I forgot what the quote was, but I think there was something that he was saying along the lines of like all he wanted to do was inspire people to be the best they can be at whatever they want to do. And it sucks that someone like that with that kind of energy, that kind of mindset, and that kind of just talent overall is just taken away from us way too soon. It's just, as you can see, it is, as I've said before, it's very difficult for us to talk about. Even though I didn't know him personally, which obviously a lot of people did not know him personally, but it's just like, when I get older, as does he, I want to be in some sort of like NBA realm, talking about the NBA, reporting on the NBA, or just sports in general. And he's the type of guy that I was talking to my parents about this yesterday when it happened. He was like he's one of those type of athletes that made me want to be a part of this field. People like that who are so exciting to watch and have so much hard work and dedication that they put into the sport. They put all their blood, sweat, and tears. Kobe would literally say, like, this isn't a part of my life. This is my life.
Yeah, like, he just wanted to be great, and he was great on and off the court. It doesn't matter where he was great. And it's like, I mean, I don't know him. I've never seen him in person, but, like, he's part of the sport that I love to watch, and he's made that sport great, like, which it is today. And we live through like our favorite athletes, like they're doing what like maybe we wanted to do at one point or whatever, but it's like, so like we feel like we're right there with them. We feel like we've been with them all the whole way, like. And
that is thanks to social media, even though social media did misconstrue this story a lot until it was officially released by, I think it was ESPN that confirmed that it was Kobe Bryant and his daughter as well as the 7 others. But yeah, it's just like, I remember I saw another tweet, I think it was earlier today, it was like Kobe lives on throughout our younger generation of players because so many players grew up watching him and, wanting to be like him, copying some of his moves, like the post fadeaway, stuff like that. Like, it's just a lot of different things that he made his mark on the NBA for sure. And he's 41 years old, and he was just getting ready to take off on his new career. Obviously he had his own little thing with his daughter with their basketball stuff and all that.
Travel team.
Just sucks. And everyone's coming out with their, Kobe story, the people that knew him personally. I guess what would be your favorite Kobe moment? Do you have one?
I just it just has to be when I really we had school. It was his last game.
I'm thinking his last game too, just because of how powerful it was.
Yeah, it was either you watch that or you watch the Warriors go for that record, and I mean, it doesn't matter if I like the Warriors or not. Like, if I'm witnessing history, I'm witnessing it. But I had to watch Kobe, and I stayed up late. Lakers come on most of the time at 10:30.
10:30, yeah.
So I stayed up late and watched the ending when he talked to the fans, and I watched any Laker game that came on that whole season, and to see him go out with 60 was amazing.
And the fact that
win the game.
Yeah, and the fact that I heard that I think in that season none of the games that season he dropped 40 points or more.
Nah, he was I mean he was on his way out, so he was like struggling, just trying to get the young players their chance, but
just the fact that he knew that was going to be his last performance, so he knew he had to give it his all, and it's just insane.
Yeah, I mean he's had a lot of great moments. I also remember when he tore his Achilles and still knocked down the free throws. I remember always wanting all the Kobe's, the high top ones. I have like 2 of the low top ones.
I actually remember one of my first pair of basketball nice pair of basketball shoes. I was in I think it was 7th grade, 6th or 7th grade, and I got the Kobe 9s, I think. Kobe 9 or Kobe 8s. They were called the Crimson Lasers or something. It was they were all black, and they had hints of red in it and stuff. And I rocked them things till they wore out. They were one of my favorite shoes of all time. And it's just devastating. That's really the only way we can put it into words is and it sounds like you can call it corny, you can say whatever you want, but like I said before, these are the type of players that inspire at least me to do what I want to do and to be involved in that kind of world. And just to lose someone like that is just it's never going to be forgotten, obviously, but it's just you can't really put it into words. It's just it's because it was so all of a sudden, and it's just kind of one of those things where it's the way that he died, it's just not really fair, Yeah. And people could say yeah, he could have drove to the game, could have whatever. Kobe would fly all the time.
Yeah.
For the last 20 years, he's been flying all the time. Doesn't matter where it's. I mean, not he would fly everywhere through a helicopter, but majority of the time he was flying around through a helicopter because of traffic and people stopping him because they know him and stuff like that. But that's just kind of how that just puts in perspective how big he was, and just for the fact of just literally just in the blink of an eye. And I'm sure, as people were saying, I'm sure in his last moments when he was with his daughter Gigi that he was trying to make her feel comfortable, even though he knew that this was probably their last, few minutes on Earth or a few seconds on Earth. But just the kind of guy he is, I would put money on it that he was doing everything he could to make her feel protected. So I think that's where we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna want to keep this one short because we just wanted to get this out as soon as possible because obviously it is very, very, very sudden news, and as you can see the mood in here is very down in the dumps kind of. It's going to take a little while we're going to keep uploading and stuff. It's not going to change, and we're not going to try and keep talking as important as this is. We're going to try and move past from it channel wise because we want to keep all the news up to date as we continue. But just want to say thank you guys again for watching and subscribing, and make sure you leave a like and comment, and
hit
that notification bell. I'll let him do it this time. And guess we'll just see you on the next one. Peace.